name is Sharon, and I'm the Newspaper in Education editorial manager for this program. We're very happy to see you here. We're going to touch a little bit about what NIE is about. It's an educational program that started in 1997. We have a pullout that's 12 pages long, and we teach you how to learn English with the Star newspaper. It's a weekly pullout, which is syllabus-based. We publish 33 times a year, every Wednesday. And of course, it's endorsed by the Ministry of Education. If you pick up the Star newspaper from your newsstand on Wednesdays, you will not see the pullout inside. These are examples of the pullouts. You will not see them inside because they only go to schools which subscribe to this program. How many of you enjoy taking photographs and consider yourself a photographer? Okay, look at this photo and then look at this one. What's very obvious in this one, the major difference is one is a photograph. Okay, it's photography because you have a person who's posing, whereas the second one is photojournalism. When you look at this picture, you know that something is happening. There is a news story behind this picture. There's action. It's natural. Photojournalism is photography, but photography is not necessarily photojournalism.
This year we have a brand new theme and concept, making a difference. About the contest, well, I'm going to show you what we had last year. It's called the Game for Life. Participants had to design PSA posters or ads with the theme, Sports as a Vehicle for Social Change. This year, we have the MAD Photojournalism Contest with the theme, Youth Making a Difference in Society. Photojournalism is a form of journalism that presents news through the use of photographs. The photographs represent newsworthy events. They serve a purpose. Star-NiE wants to draw attention to the role and work of photojournalists. These are people who are quick on their feet and think out of the box to present us with fresh perspectives through their lenses. So this contest is your chance to put yourself in the shoes of a photojournalist and really get to know you who are making a difference in society. If you become a Merit Award winner, you get a meal voucher worth 100 ringgit. And if you become a runner-up, you get to go 3-day, 2-night trip to Resorts World Genting, sponsored by Resorts World Genting. If you become a grand prize winner, you get to go for a 5-day, 4-night trip to South Korea. What do you need to do? One, you need to produce a photograph focusing on a teenager or young adult aged between 13 and 25, making a difference in society. And the next thing for you to do is to produce a 150-word write-up. No, photojournalists don't just produce photographs, they do write-ups as well. So your write-up can be a brief introduction of the youth featured. Who is he? Why is he inspiring? How do I come up with a great photograph? Stay tuned for the answer by the Star's Assistant Chief Photographer. Kevin is here. He will present later after our short break. To take a photograph for this contest, you can use a smartphone, a compact camera, or a DSLR camera. But no plagiarism, no lifting images off the internet, no copyrighted materials or photographs published or submitted for any other competition, and no digital image manipulation such as through Photoshop. If you don't abide by all these rules, your entry will be disqualified. So make sure all your works are original. I should have mentioned this earlier. This year's contest is different from previous year's contest in the sense that we are only opening it up to secondary school students. We only have the individual category, which means no teamwork is allowed. You have to submit your entries individually. So that's the main difference. About the theme, Youth Making a Difference in Society, you may be wondering, why are we focusing on youth? If you haven't noticed already, more and more emphasis has been placed on youth in recent years. For example, in Malaysia, our government is engaging 1.5 million youth to get their opinions in planning for the TN50, which is the roadmap for the nation post-2020. And youth are so important that we celebrate the National Youth Day and the International Youth Day. Here is a quote from the Youth and Sports Minister, Khairi Jamaluddin, that reflects the emphasis on youth. Youth, there are many ways in which youth have made a difference in society, such as health, social values, education, community and charity, environment, science and technology, and safety. Some of their contributions have been featured in the Star, as you can see here. So what you need to do is to identify a person aged between 13 and 25 who is making a difference in one of the fields listed here. The person may be involved in teaching refugee children, feeding the homeless, or doing his bit for charity by taking part in a football match. Okay, say you have identified an inspiring youth that you want to feature, and you have taken a photograph. What's the next step for you? You need to print out your picture in color, either in portrait or landscape mode, on a sheet of FR photo paper. That's the part where you can paste your photo paper. We will publish the contest template on April the 12th. I will very briefly show you the 4-pager of the contest template. On page 5 is the cover. You'll find this in the NIE pullout on April 12th. On page 6, the rules and regulations. On page 7, what you see on screen here. And on page 8, the list of prizes, important dates, as well as a section for you to stick your CD. I will go through this with you shortly. So now back to page 7 of the contest template. You have already pasted your picture. What you need to do is to produce a 150-word write-up on the youth featured. Like I mentioned earlier, who is the person? How is he or she inspiring social change? Now this is a very important part for you because it helps to strengthen your entry. For example, if you take a photograph of a boy kicking football, we won't know what is happening. We won't be able to connect the picture with the team. So you need to let us know in this write-up. It will help to make your entry stronger. And the judges will decide whether or not your entry will make the cut. Likewise, if you produce a very powerful image, but you're unable to convey the message in your write-up, you will lose points. And finally, once you have the picture, the write-up, you need to fill up your entry form here. You need to use original templates. We don't accept photocopied templates. And the entry form must be complete with these details: the school stamp and name, student's name, class, and contact number, the number of entries submitted, and the contest coordinator's name. There should be only one contest coordinator from your school, and your teacher will be the contest coordinator. Again, I'd like to remind you that you have to print out your picture in color, either in horizontal or vertical. Work within the frame provided, and print out your photo on a piece of FR photo paper. That's the measurement. What you need to do next is to save a copy of the photograph in a CD. Write down your name, school name, and contact number on the CD, place it in a casing, and then stick it to this part on page 8 of the contest template. Now we have the complete list of rules and regulations on the contest template. We will also upload the list onto our contest website. Please make sure you go through each and every single one of them carefully. But I'll just like to point out to you, each student may submit more than one entry. If you want to submit one entry, you have to attach one photograph and one CD to one original contest template. And if you want to submit 5 entries, you have to attach 5 photographs to 5 original contest templates. But you need only upload all 5 photographs onto one CD. And you need to staple all 5 entries together along with the CD attached to one of the contest templates. Okay, in judging, we look at a few criteria: creativity, composition, color, contrast, quality, impact, concept, and proper use of language. Rewards. At every level, we reward participants. Individual students who submit contest entries and who come from NIE schools get a certificate of participation. And at the state level, we pick the 5 best entries from each state, and the students win merit award certificates. They get 100 ringgit food voucher per student. So if we have 5 best entries in each state, we will have 70 students who win the merit awards. And out of these 70 students, we pick 20 to undergo a Skype interview. We will inform the teachers and students after we have selected. And all these 20 students will be invited to the grand finals. At the grand finals, 8 finalists from the 20 students will be announced. They will carry out a task which will determine the grand prize winners. The finalists will carry out a task which will test the finalists' photography skills and impromptu speech. They will have a Q&A session with the judges. And again, these are the prizes. Now, teachers, you need to only one contest coordinator per school. As the contest coordinator, you need to register your school and students for the contest online. And you need to shortlist the top 3 entries from the school and manage all administrative aspects of the contest. Your reward, you get a 50 ringgit hypermarket voucher if you register 5 or more students who are eligible for the contest. And if you come from an NIE school, you get a certificate of appreciation. Now, these are the important dates that you need to write down on your calendars. On April 12, we will publish our contest template in the NIE pullout. The online registration will also open from 10 a.m. onwards, and it will close at 5 p.m. on June 16. It is also the last day for entries to reach Menara Star. From July 19 to 28, the redemption table will be published. So you will find the items your school will be receiving participating in the contest here. And we will have the grand finals in August or September. Late entries will be excluded from the shortlisting process, so don't delay. This is the URL. This is very important for teachers. You need to go in there and register your schools and students.